All right, welcome to this video, and gonna be an interesting video. I'm gonna talk about how to fall in love with your agency. And this is a balloon my girlfriend got me, but it's actually a really important video because if you don't love your agency, you won't be in it for the long term. And if you're not in it for the long term, I mean, why are you doing what you're doing right now, right? And you know, when I first started my agency, I kind of had a love-hate relationship with it. I didn't really necessarily love it per se. I put on the face that I really loved what I was doing. In reality, I loved being an entrepreneur and running a business, but the business itself I didn't necessarily love until many years went by and I learned how to actually love my agency. So sometimes it's not necessarily just you love it. Sometimes there is a how-to, and I'm gonna talk to you about 5 ways you can fall in love with your agency. And again, that's really important because if you look at the greatest people in the world, they all love their work. Like Bill Gates loved his work, Steve Watts loved his work, Steve Jobs loved his work. Michael Jordan's the best basketball player in the world. Well, he loved playing basketball. Kobe Bryant, same thing. There's a lot of the greatest people in the world. They all loved what they did, and for you to become the best in your agency, you really need to fall in love with it. So there's 5 things you can do to help you fall in love with your agency, and I've learned these 5 things over the last 4 years running my agency, and I almost quit my agency. I almost left it. I almost got rid of it and sold it or moved on. I actually kind of did move on, but I let my team manage it, and thankfully they successfully managed it and they grew it without me, and I came back in and fell back in love with it. So the first thing is just curiosity, interest, fascination, love, more or less, these things. You have to be really curious about what you're doing. For me, I love marketing. We run an advertising agency. We do Amazon PPC right now. In the future, it'll probably be a lot more than just Amazon advertising, but for right now, this is our focus, and I am really curious about it. I'm very interested about advertising and numbers, and for me, I just love advertising in general. I've always had a feeling of love for marketing, so that's why I got into advertising. And so you should be offering a service or doing something that you are actually genuinely curious about and you love. Number 2 is that you really need an amazing team, okay? It's difficult to be a solo entrepreneur for a long period of time, and I wish I would have hired great people sooner because now our agency has great people, and I truly love them with all my heart. And you know, because I'm building something with great people, I love building this agency even more because you know you're on the journey not by yourself but with amazing people, and that's the blessing of having a great agency. You know, an agency is a very people-centric type of company because labor is going to be your #1 expense, but it's also going to be your #1 blessing if you hire the right people, because it's just going to make the journey so much more fun, so much more enjoyable, and you're going to have a whole lot more of this in your life if you hire the right people. If you don't hire the right people, this balloon's going to pop and you might just quit, because the opposite seems to happen when you get the wrong people. Number 3 is strengths-focused culture. So a strength-focused culture is essentially a culture where you're looking at people's strengths and you're making sure to put them in positions or give them projects and responsibilities that are aligned with that person's strengths, okay? Now, if you're not sure of how to go about doing this, a simple thing that we found in our agency that was so helpful and just revealed so much about everyone's personalities was a Clifton Strengths Finder personality test. It's $50 per person. It's the best money you'll ever spend, and I recommend everyone in your team does it. Now, sorry, I'm losing my voice here. I was talking a lot yesterday. Strength-focused culture is amazing because if you're spending a lot of your time on a project that you personally are you don't have the skill set for it, that's not one of your strengths. For example, maybe you're doing a very logical, numbers-oriented project, and you're a very creative type of, I think it's right brain person, and you're more creative, you're not so much logical. Well, you know, you're not really going to enjoy your agency that much if you're doing things that you're weak at, right? You're going to enjoy things a lot more if you're focusing on your strengths and cultivating those strengths to the maximum potential. So making sure everybody's working on something that they have a strength on. Number 4 is an amazing work environment. So what I could do is maybe show you my office. It's pretty messy right now because I just moved into this place like 4 or 5 days ago. But setting up your office so that you really love the environment that you're in, the office. Like you love when you walk into it, you're like, oh man, I love this place. This place is amazing. And that way, you know, if you love your environment, you're excited to get into that environment. So I noticed that when I first started as an entrepreneur, I was living in my parents' house, right? I was like 19, 18 years old when I started my agency. And my parents' house, I quickly outgrew that thing. Not only because I was making money, but when I got to around $20,000, $25,000 a month, I was like, I really don't like living with my parents. And I don't like working 16 hours a day out of my childhood bedroom because I sleep here, I work here 16 hours a day, like 7 days a week. It was insane. I never left this room. And it was also really cold where I'm from. I was from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It was like minus 25 degrees in the winter. So you can't even go outside to chill out for like 9 months out of the year. I hated my environment, okay? And I moved to Panama City, Latin America, where it's 35 plus degrees Celsius every single day, close to 100 Fahrenheit, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so now I love my environment. So I'm gonna maybe just show you briefly kind of what the office looks like. I got all the books in the ground right now because it's pretty messy. This is just a spare desk that we're selling, but this is the most important thing right here. So the desk is here, and the culture, the mission, the vision, but most importantly, there's this view. And a view is absolutely proven to basically release dopamine, release oxytocin. I believe oxytocin is one of the other chemicals in the brain that gives you a lot of happiness. And a great view from where you work, I mean, it's just insane how much happiness it can bring you. And so I feel really excited to work there because there's an amazing view, and it's just a great environment. Now, not everybody has the financial resources to maybe put themselves in an insane view like that, but you can still do a lot of things with your office to make it an environment that you love. Another thing that I do, which it's pretty funny, recently we got our team involved in this, but this is just an incense, and like you wouldn't believe how much of a difference lighting an incense has on your mood and your office. So whenever I start work, I light an incense. I recommend this brand, Nag Champa, Satya Sai Baba, whatever, but it's a really good brand. And these are little things that have a big impact because it helps you love your work, and it helps you wake up in the morning and think, wow, I want to get to my desk and smell that smell, be in my amazing office with my amazing view, and just love every single part of it. So loving your environment, building yourself an amazing work environment is extremely important to sustaining energy and love for your company, okay? If you're waking up and you feel like you don't really want to work, well, this is something potentially you can work on, okay? Most people, they work against a wall and they have no view. There's no natural light. It's like office lights, those white LEDs that just make you go insane. You're setting yourself up for failure if you're working in an environment like that. So number 5 is vision, mission, core values, and trying to make your company not just about money. Yes, money, profit, it's very important. It's essential. It's the lifeblood of the business. But at the end of the day, the company is not about making money. It's more so about the vision, the mission, and the core values, right? So people are not driven to make millions of dollars. You as the owner of the agency, if you hire people, and this is what I struggled with early on in my agency. Early on when I was 19 years old, I thought to myself, why would anyone want to work with me when, I would never be an employee myself. Why would anybody want to be an employee and work with me? And I struggle with that because, my best interest was, okay, I want to build this company, make a ton of money, and, why would I hire someone because they could just do that themselves? But I guess not everybody has a very extremely entrepreneurial mindset, and not everybody wants to start a company by themselves. And anyways, the point is that, when you're hiring people, if you don't have a mission, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have core values, those people that you hire will, at some point just think that they're there showing up every day for you to help you make a lot more money, okay? And it's not very exciting for your team to wake up in the morning and work for you so that you can buy another Lamborghini, or so that you can continue to live in your mansion, or go on your lavish trips, or whatever it is that you do. So you need a mission, you need a core values, you need a vision, you need to take it very seriously and make sure that everybody in the company is aware of what these things are and that they're following it every day and that they feel good about it. So we just built our vision, our mission, our core values about 3 or 4 months ago at an offsite with my team. And I did it with my team because if I just came up with the mission and the vision and the core values by myself, there is no emotional buy-in from anybody else, right? And so if your team collectively comes together and forms the mission and the vision and talks about it, it's a very fun exercise to go through. Again, I highly recommend you do it. It puts you above the money, okay? The money isn't what it's about. Yes, the money is necessary, but everybody's waking up for something much more than $1. They're waking up for a mission, a vision, a purpose. And our mission, or our vision, is to build the most people-centric company on earth, and have the utmost transparency and integrity. So it's similar to Amazon's, except Amazon is customer-centric. We're very people-centric, because to take care of our clients, which are our customers, we really need to take care of our people first. And people-centric means people first, as in the company, and then our clients second, because really we can't serve our clients without our people. So with all that being said, I hope this brings some more love into your life for your agency, because I mean, look, I personally, it's taken me years to try to learn these things, and I wish someone would have just told me from day one, hey, do these 5 things, because they're really important, and if you don't do them, you may miss out on an extremely amazing company with amazing people, an amazing journey. And I'm super blessed that I didn't leave my agency behind or sell it at the point when I was considering doing it. So hopefully this helps. Happy late Valentine's to you. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button. I post a video once a week every Monday. Losing my voice. We go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Ciao.